So let me tell you a story. Well, it's not really a story, but what I've learned over the couple of years, 17 years of trading, I've always noticed some presidents do something at the right times. Like it's really weird just to get a reaction from the market or to break a support or break out of a resistance. And the big news tomorrow night, we have Trump coming out. My fellow Americans, I will be giving an address to the nation tomorrow night, live from the White House at 9 p.m. Eastern. I am looking forward to seeing you then. Okay, guys, let me tell you something. I'm not going to say the country's name because I really don't want Facebook to pick up the algo or anything, because I'm not really trying to spread conspiracy theories or even just have the algo pick me up. I really want to talk to traders here, not some conspiracy lunatic. Now, we might be going to WAR tomorrow. And the reason why I say that is because some presidents like to just do something, which it's not going to be a real one, honestly. We already know how it's going to play out. It's just probably going to be small squads and a lot of bombing like Israel. Just saying. But the reason why I'm saying this, tomorrow night or Thursday, we have CPI. Tomorrow, or that'd be Thursday morning, sorry. Thursday morning we have CPI, and then tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Trump is talking. Just a coincidence, it's coming out on inflation. But also, let's actually talk about this, because I was calling this out back in early 2025 when everybody was calling me crazy. I knew Trump was going to come into office, and I knew he was going to smack the country with tariffs because, a lot of people were talking about it. Plus, every president does that, not just Republicans, just pointing that out. Now, when we were up here around 530 in the triple Qs, this is around 21,000, 22,000 in the NAS, etc. All of the moving averages were together. Now, we had a rejection, and Trump came out, and then boom, we blew past these moving averages. Now, it was a pretty good size drop, right? We had a drop from about here to there. Now, I want to talk about this. So let's drag this across, and let's put that right there. Just a coincidence, huh? So let's talk about this right here. Today in the market, we actually had two things going on, and you can probably tell, you could probably see what was going on if you were trading today. The NAS was up, the SP 500 was up, the triple Qs was down, the NAS 100 was down, or no, I think it was up, NAS 100 up, whatever. Either way, two indexes were down and two indexes were up, right? And the Mega 7 weren't really pumping. We were up 350 points or something. I don't know. I was at work. But either way, can you see anything on this chart right now on the NAS 100? And then also on the triple Qs, right? Let's just go to the triple Qs. Let's go to the smaller time frame. Let's just go to the 52% of the market. Where are we, guys? We are right below the two moving averages. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm just saying coincidentally, CPI is tomorrow or Thursday morning, and then tomorrow night we're having Trump, give us a speech. I've seen this happen a lot throughout 15 years, 17 years of trading, and I just like to educate some people, because if this does happen, then you learn something. If it doesn't happen, then whatever. You know what I'm saying? But just keep an eye out tomorrow. Trump is going to talk. Now, we do have some reports in the morning. They're not really that big. And also, if you hear my kid run out and scream my name, it's because, she's taking a shower, and I'm trying to make this fast. But let's go over the moving averages really quick, because I really want to point this out before we get into, tomorrow's session. Now, the triple Qs did have a drop. We are below the 20 and the 50 moving average. The next support is around 555 or around 595. So just pointing that out. And by the way, every single day that we float, this moving averages goes higher. This moving averages right here doesn't. So just pointing that out, this can be really easy to blow past. You know what I'm saying? Just point that out. It would take, honestly, two simple red days, and then you would start making your way down to around 550, which I've been calling for a while. But just point that out. But on the NAS, just regular NAS, this is what really caught us today in the attraction of the market. We were jammed in between the 50 and the 20 moving average, and that's where you see, look at the volume. You see the trading volume? It was just trapped right here. So it was trading back and forth throughout the day. The NAS didn't know what it's going to do, but look at this. The 10 moving average is getting weaker. The bears are taking control. Your next support is going to be still at around 24,640. We could blow past it through this week. You never know. On the SP 500, this is really the big bang of the, out of all the stocks. Where's that tag? So out of all the indexes, all the indexes, you need to pay attention to this. We are still below the 10 moving averages. Bears are in control. If we do have support, there's a lot of leeway right here. If this starts to reject, that's definitely going to push, the triple Qs to the lower ends of around 602, and it's not going to be hard to break 595 to be honest. But if this starts to make its push, you do have support around 6,792. Your next support, which is going to come into play around 6,661. Now let's just go over SPY too, because I haven't really talked about SPY in a minute. If it'll load. But you can see the bears are in control. It's above the 50 and the 20 moving average. Your next support, if the triple Qs and all the other indexes start to reject, is going to be around 661. By the way, if you're new to the channel, once again, do not play puts past these levels. Play your moving averages, people. It's that simple to trade. It's really not hard. Now, you learn economics. That's why I talk about economics a lot in the channel. But we're in a bear trend. We've been trading sideways for a while now. If you go to the Mega 7, you can see them do this. So the bears are in control. We're going into a bear market. It's pretty simple. Your next support's going to be around 661. But let's actually go over the Mega 7 and let's check out the levels because there is some I do want to talk about. AVGO. So AVGO is not really pushing right now. So it's sitting on support, hanging on by a thread. If the triple Qs decides to make a rejection from around 611, this is going to start making its way down to around 280. I would not buy puts around 280. Just putting that out there. I would aim in the middle. Also on Google. So that's one stock. Bears are about to take control. Google, did it break its 50 moving average? Come on, load computer. Yeah, it broke its 50 moving average. The bears are in control. Your next support is going to be around 284. I wouldn't buy puts at 252 yet, by the way. On Apple's just kind of floating still. I think it broke its 20 moving average. Yeah, your next support is going to be around 268 right here. It's at 273. Okay, yeah. So the bears are taking control. And by the way, guys, look at the 10 and the 20 crossing almost. It's coming into a bearish trend. Apple's about to give out really hard, and you're probably going to see around 250 come in the near future within a week or two. On Meta, did Meta reject yet? I think it did have a rejection. No, I think it was just floating, but it's sitting at the 10 moving average. Bears are still in control. Your next support is going to be around 636. So if it does reject, it's probably going to stop right there. Now there is more than a chance. It's definitely going to blow past that 20 moving average and start going lower, but that's a prediction. You know what I'm saying? Try to play your moving averages, real TA. And then also on Amazon, let's actually check out Amazon. Amazon is finally making that rejection from all the moving averages. I've been pointing this out for a couple of weeks now, around 215. That's coming into play right now. Now, if the triple Qs does reject to around 595, right, you will see this start to push aggressively down to here. And also, I think this was around 585. So yeah, it's kind of common sense, But Tesla, I don't know what Tesla is doing. I don't know what kind of steroids either, but it is at a rejection zone. Let's actually back out into the bigger channel. It is going in. So let's actually pull off these moving averages so you can see a little bit better. It is at a high rejection zone. So just be very careful. We reject every time at this top. So just throwing that out there, this could be the one that does reject and starts pushing its way down. Let's go into a smaller time frame and see the supports on the supports you should be playing if you're trying to short it. Don't buy puts at 300 like some people do, because I know there's people, I run a Discord, I see what people say all the time. Play your moving averages. Jimmy, there's a reason why they're cheap down here. It's an unrealistic move. Your first support's going to be around 453. I would definitely see around 434 coming into play really easily. Just pointing that out. Also on NVDA, I don't know what it is doing. I think it's on lunch break or whatever, but honestly, just give out already. You have no supports in NVDA. I don't get it. It is giving out. I'm just saying, it's just, come on, I'm bored. Like, the market's kind of boring right now. I'm tired of seeing 610 every day. But your next support is going to be around 156. That will come into play. That's probably going to happen when we start to reject off the market of around 610. I think this was around 580. So around 580, you will see 170. You get what I'm saying? Do you hear me? 585 is around 170 in NVA. So if the triple Qs go down to 585 was right here. So if the triple Qs go down to 585, you're probably going to see a 170. And then if it goes lower than 185, say 555 in the triple Qs, that's when 156 will come into play. On AMD, oh man, what am I doing? I'm tired. I just got off work. I'm ready to watch some anime, not gonna lie. AMD, your next support, it's about to break. I definitely see it going past that 100 moving average. Your next support's gonna be around 157. That could take a week or two, so don't do short puts, people. It's that simple. Honestly, you should be defaulting no matter what on puts a month and a half out. I tell that everyone in my Discord, not financial advice. Microsoft. Let's actually look at Microsoft. Microsoft hanging on by the this dude. If NVDA, I'm telling you right now, if NVDA gives out, you will see Microsoft start making another leg lower. And you do have a support of around 450. So if NVDA does give out, you will start to see this making its leg down. And you can tell the bears are still in control. And then also, let's see, what else can we talk about? Let's talk about Bitcoin. Let's see what the chart looks like. Oh, I got stuff in my mouth from work. Yeah, I paint cars for a living, by the way. I paint like Ferraris and Lamborghinis and stuff like that, paint jobs, and I hate inhaling the fumes every day. Let's look at this really quick. Let's pull up the triple Qs and let's see what's going on with this. If you are a new viewer, if you just started following the channel and you don't know, Bitcoin and the triple Qs move together. It's common sense. I mean, it's really not common sense. A lot of people don't know that. So this move right here, here's the triple Qs in the blue, here's Bitcoin. So it is on point. I think my kid's out of the bathroom. Oh no. So say if the triple Qs does go down to around probably, let's look right here. So let's say around 590, you will probably see a low of 81,000 or 80,000 come into play. So just letting you know there. But I love you guys. Thank you for all the likes, by the way, and especially the comments. Like when I'm at work and I'm really having a rough day, guys, those comments cheer me up. Thanks so much for the likes. Thanks for the support. And honestly, I have about 30 something thousand people that listen to me a month on a regular basis. Thank you guys.